Yo, what up, money gamers? We're back with another recap of Ren's money game, and today was a crazy one. Today was the first part of the riddle for gluttony, the sin gluttony. So far they've all been in two parts. The first part being the more code heavy and encryption heavy, made by Jake, who is in Discord as Jen. Don't ask me. The second part is usually followed by Ren's riddle, and Ren's riddle is usually more of the like follow the steps from one social media site to the other. So today was Jake's. We waited until the timer ran out, refreshed the money game page, so we were on here. And today's clue was in the realm where cookies are more than a treat. Gluttony's presence is no small feat. Too many to count, yet one holds the key. Devour the right one, and the answer in base you'll see. So what was really funny about this day is that immediately somebody said the answer is Cookie Monster based on this riddle. And it's funny because you'll see when we get to the end. So let's go through the slides. Let's see what happened. Before it even started, in Discord, Jen, or Jake, said, I feel like I've got to make this upcoming challenge harder. You guys are smashing it at the moment. And what he did is he went in and he added a couple of steps to the coding. And it's funny because it was tough. I was in a voice chat full of coders, probably 7 or 8 different people doing the codes, and 1 or 2 of us just relaying them information that we're seeing in the chats. But there was about 30 people in this voice chat. Most people are muted. All you heard is we would say like, okay, somebody says this, and then you would just hear, okay, I'll check that, I'll check this, you check that, and you would just hear like 10 people going crazy on their keyboards. It was so much fun to listen to. I personally have no tech experience, so I do not know a word of what they're talking about. So let's see what happened. The first step was you get the money game with the new code, or the new riddle. The second step is, well, the first step that you take is we go into the source code of the web page, the money game. And I know that sounds even crazy for a lot of people, but I actually learned how to do this now. So if you're on any web page, you can hit F12. I believe you could also right click and do something like view page source, or hit Control U. But I just hit F12 and it pops up the codes for the page, how they wrote the page, and you just look for anything that stands out. When we were on the Lust one, at the very bottom of the screen it said Lust X777. On this one, it is this line right here that stands out. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have like a script or a footer or a body, or, you know, so it's just this. And apparently VIG is a type of coding. So we go into the source code, they find this, everybody starts posting it in the chats, and it's just this long stream of numbers and letters. J40, I'm not sure if he was the first person that found out, but he was the first person that I posted it, that I saw posted in the chats, so I just constantly take screenshots of things that I think are relevant. So he says it's a Visioneer decode on the source code string with the keyword gluttony. So when you're doing a Visioneer decipher or cipher, Visioneer cipher is what it's called. You have to put in a keyword that will unlock that code, and we all guessed the code would be gluttony. Then it turns it into a different code once you've done that, and then they had to do 4 or 5 different steps. So they took the main code that we got from the source code, turned it into this string, and then turned it into another string, and then turned it into another string, and then turned it into another string, and turned it into another string, until so he came up with this, and this MJA5, this is where he was stuck at. So we were just posting this over and over and over again in the chat and hoping that somebody would figure it out. All the coders that were in my voice chat were just trying to figure out what we need to do with these letters, or with this string of code. I believe a gentleman by the name of Code by Fire figured out to do something with it in some type of I wonder if I could find it. The base 64, I think it was like base 45, which is kind of rare. I think that's where people were getting stuck on. Anyway, that turned into this code right here, this 209.97.176.23, and a lot of people immediately said that's a website. So they turned it into a website, http 209.97.176.23, and that took us to a web page that just said gluttony, nothing else. And based on the riddle, we knew that we needed to find some cookies and devour them, and until you find the one that has the key. So there was 100 cookies listed on this little web page that just said gluttony. What they did was they refreshed the page, and only one of those cookies did not change. I guess every time you refresh it, you'll get new ones. And only one of them stayed the same, which was cookie number 62 out of the 100. And that cookie had this code in it. So then they took, oh, this is where they went for base 45. So they took this code, put it into some type of decryption thingy, and it came out with the code TMG Cookie Monster. So that will be our password for tomorrow to unlock Ren's riddle. So as soon as the timer ends, we could put this code in. There will be thousands of people putting the code in, so my suggestion is just hit refresh on the page. It's going to tell you incorrect answer if you're not the very first person to put that code in. So a lot of times you'll see a ton of people in the Discord chat saying, I got the wrong code, it says incorrect, it says incorrect. So if it says incorrect, it means somebody's already put it in. Just refresh the page and you'll have the video for the next riddle, or however it's going to be set up. I think that was it. So lots and lots of coding, lots of really smart people just going at it. And you know, I explained it in 10 minutes and it really took us an hour, and an hour is very fast, but when you have so many people giving this information. And one thing that I really loved about the people that were in my chat, Fox, whoever else was helping us, they were doing a very good job of people putting information in the chat, and then they recognized it right away. Like, that does not seem that doesn't seem like a legitimate password. Like, so people were putting stuff into ChatGPT and just Googling things, and it was leading them to websites, and people were doing, like, stuff was going to TikTok, and people kept posting the TikTok that had devour cookies, but that TikTok was from a year ago, and it just had a little song on it, like it was just a sound that repeated itself, which definitely could have been a clue. But if it's from a year ago, it's most likely not part of this game. And but the coders that were in my channel, or in the channel that I was in, they were doing a really good job of, like, just spotting out what was real and what wasn't, and just following the tasks. And they really did a good job. You should have, it sounded like machine guns going off when we would get like one step that seemed like a legit step, and they would just start typing. It was really cool. But again, this is just a huge group of people all going for the same, working as a collective, as a hive, and turning this into a really fun game. Even if for me, I was clueless of what was going on. All I could do was help say like, okay, this person found this, and they were like, that sounds legit, let's try that. And then 6 or 7 people are trying it, and they go, okay, I repeated that, let's go to the next step. And it was really cool to see it work out, and I'm really excited about Ren's riddle tomorrow, because his is the fun one where like I think everybody could be more involved, playing stuff backwards and going on Twitter and going on, you know, Instagram and all that stuff. But what a fun game this has been. But I'm not gonna keep rambling. You guys have a great night. Peace.